Hello, everyone. So, we are going to be going over every single AEW champion at the moment. Now, this does include people who are not technically AEW champions. For example, Adam Cole, he's a Ring of Honor champ. However, if I go to AEW.com, which is what I'm using for reference here, it will show that he is a champion and is employed by AEW, so he will be included in this list. The same goes for anybody else on here, not currently an AEW champ. Now, you might say that Mark Henry isn't a champion, and that's true, but MJF is a double champ. He's both AEW champion and Ring of Honor tag champion with Adam Cole. So I'm using Mark Henry as kind of a placeholder of sorts to rank their reigns separately. So let's get this started. First up, we have Adam Page and the Young Bucks, the current Ring of Honor six-man champions. I don't actually know a lot about any of these guys. I'm not that big of an AEW fan. I watch it sometimes, but very rarely. So I will say that the Young Bucks will go in S tier only because I've heard a lot of great things about them, and Adam Page will go in A tier because I haven't heard as high praise of the man himself. Next up, we have the Ring of Honor Tag Champions, Adam Cole and MJF. I have MJF right next to me here as well as Adam Page. So, MJF and Adam Cole will be going in the S tier, I would say. At least MJF will. I don't think Adam Cole will. I think Adam Cole will go in S tier. But MJF goes in Elite, I would say. Because I'm using everywhere from All In onward as reference for these title reigns. Well, for these specific reigns. From when they won it to now. So, Adam Cole obviously is in the Elite. The Bucks are in the Elite. But in just this specific title reign, not necessarily. Well, obviously, the Bucks are, but you get my point. So, this reign, MJF, blended with his world title run and the storylines and everything, incredibly good. So, he'll be going in Elite. Adam Cole, with his injury, I'm going to put him in S. Pretty good, but the injuries kind of made it a little less impressive. Next up, we have, I don't know anything about QT Marshall. I'm sorry. He's on here. He's like the AAA world champ or something. I don't know anything about this guy. Where is he? There he is. AAA Latin American champion. Like, what is that? I don't know what that is. I don't know. Eddie Kingston. He won the Ring of Honor title from Claudio Castagnoli and won a New Japan Strong Openweight title a couple months back. I don't know a lot about Eddie Kingston. Again, not much of an AW guy. But I have heard that he's put on some pretty good damn matches, especially the one against Cesaro, which was a 15-year feud. Like, magnifique. Next up, we have Samoa Joe, the Ring of Honor TV champ. It's Samoa Joe. And this reign, like the stuff he's done, the match with CM Punk, for example, the stuff he's done otherwise, at minimum, puts him in S. At minimum. The kind of matches he's had with like Miro and Powerhouse Hobbs put him at least in S. But I'm going to be putting him right next to MJF in the Elite category. Not just because of how talented he is, but because I don't want to die. For reference, you might be wondering what this is. I wasn't actually able to find a Champions thing, so I'm just using this full roster tier list maker. Okay, next up we have Hook, the current FTW champ. He is actually related to Taz, one of the MJF AEW commentators, and he is very okay. I actually don't know that much about him, so I can't rank him that well. We're just going to be putting him in A because I've heard some good things. Okay, high B. Because I don't know a lot, so I can't give myself, I can't put him in A. Next up, we have Athena, who's the current Ring of Honor Women's Champion. Don't know a lot about this title reign either, so we're going to be talking about her career as Ember Moon and as Athena. She's going to be going in A tier. Okay, now we have some people I know. From here on out, it's just people who are AEW champs. We have the AEW Trios champions, Anthony Bowens, Max Caster, and Billy Gunn. These guys are hilarious, in my opinion. I find them super funny. A lot of people don't like goofy wrestling. I think it's hilarious, as I've said. And, Max Caster and his raps and messing with MJF, utterly hilarious. So he will be going in S. Billy will going in S. Anthony goes in S. All amazing. Now we have the new tag team champions. They are so new that on the AEW website, their picture is not them holding the title. It is a photoshopped image of them holding the titles. They won it on Saturday. This video is going up on Monday. That's how new these are. This is being recorded on Sunday, by the way. I'm just going to put them in B. Their title reigns just started, so I can't say anything about it. Next up. Hey, during editing, I noticed that I never actually said who they were. It's Big Bill and Ricky Starks, for those wondering. That's all. We have the TBS champ, Chris Statlander, who dethroned the undefeated Jade Cargill, who is now in WWE, to win the title. I've heard she's pretty good. I'm going to put her in A because the title reign was good. The match against Jade was solid, short, obviously, because Jade had just finished a match, but established returning Chris, as a very powerful star. All right, next up we have Rey Fenix, who will be joining the fray right now. And he, well, again, a bit of a new talent, one could say. A bit of a newer guy. But I'm going to be putting him in the B tier. He's new. He hasn't really done anything. I don't know how many matches he's had, but he only won it 1 or 2 weeks ago, so I can't, with good conscience, put him any higher than that. Next up, we have the current TNT champion, Christian Cage. Elite? He's done really well, if you think about it. He has made the feud, ? With Darby Allin and Luchasaurus incredibly entertaining. And now with Adam Copeland, Edge, joining AEW, it adds 17,465 new layers. He belongs in there, not just because of this. Honestly, his whole career belongs in S+. He's a Hall of Famer in either company at this point. Amazing. Next up, we have Saraya. And I had looked at this. I did a bad recording of this beforehand. And I mentioned how little she had defended the title. And I thought she maybe had defended it 5 times, or at least had 5 matches. I was a little wrong. She has defended it twice. Well, actually, she hasn't even defended it twice. She's defended it once. She was in a 6-person tag team match the other time. Now, given she is 2-0 since winning the title, but her 2 matches were a 6-man tag, defeating Britt Baker, Hikaru Shida, and Chris Statlander, who I mentioned before, on Collision, and defeating Toni Storm at Grand Slam for the women's title. So, unimpressive title reign, and I'm going to put her in C. I don't think she's in dark or D, but she'll be going in C for now. And last, but definitely not least, we have the current AEW champion, Maxwell Jacob Friedman. Bam! Shut up! He says that a lot. So, MJF, obviously, the current AEW champion, and along with his doppelganger, will be going in the elite category. Elite for MJF. This is my final ranking. But to elaborate, MJF obviously has done a lot of things that have put him in there. The matches that he's had. When he won it against Mox, the matches against Adam Cole at All In. Incredible match. Incredible match. The amount of storytelling in just one match, astounding. astoundingly well done. He's also had like smaller matches that have been good, but nothing you would say is amazing, I guess. You know, things like when he beat Darby Allin, Jack Perry, and Sammy Guevara at Double or Nothing. Hey, it's editing me yet again. I realized that in this segment I kind of glossed over the Four Pillars match at Double or Nothing 2023. That was a really good match, and I don't know why I glossed over it like that. It's an 8.8 on Cage Match, and I think it was amazing. I think in the moment I was just looking over matches and just had to produce filler. So sorry for any confusion of me thinking that was a bad match. Continue on. Defeating Samoa Joe, that was a big one on Dynamite. What else? Hiroshi Tanahashi, that was one at Forbidden Door. That was a big one. What else? Konosuke Takeshita, that was a big one at the AEW World Title Eliminator. And the Iron Man match against Bryan Danielson. Amazing work. So, that's my list. What do you think? Do you think that Saraya is the greatest world champ of all time? And do you think MJF is the worst? I don't know who on earth would have that opinion, but you do you, I guess. As long as you think that Christian Cage is in the S plus tier, I like you. Have a good day, good evening, good night, good morning, good dawn, good dusk, good whatever. I don't care about this anymore. Not the channel, no, just that piece at the end there. And goodbye.